Hi, welcome to another Let's Read. I have no idea what episode this is, but it's a very special episode. For the first time, I have a guest, and I'm not doing this alone. This is author Chris Von Hall, who has just put out a book, The Meyer Witch, right? And it's on Amazon. Is it on any other things other than Amazon? We're doing the audio.
Eventually, but...
Eventually. Yeah, that's the big one you can get on Amazon. I think it's only 99 cents.
That's cool.
And on theme, we are doing a Let's Read. If y'all are new here and don't know what a Let's Read is, it's like a Let's Play, but instead of playing a fun video game, we are reading, which is everyone's preference, is to read rather than play video games. Honestly, I would much rather read than play video games. Chris, what about you?
I don't know.
You don't know? It's 50-50?
Yeah,
read or play. Depends on the video game and the book?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if we were playing like Bible stories versus reading the King James Version, it would be about 50-50?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not? Who knows? I don't know. Y'all maybe like reading, maybe like video games. Let me know in the comments. I may read them. Probably not. But today, on point with the Meyer Witch, we are reading The Witch's Dream Book and Fortune Teller. We did a lot of perusing until we found this, and this is basically going to be dream interpretation, or basically how witches would interpret dreams. This book is from 1885? Yep, 1885. So, this is how they used to interpret dreams. So let's just dive into it. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's get into how to figure out what your dreams mean. And this is 100% accurate. All of these are scientific and factual. Chris has confirmed every single one. If you think they're inaccurate, please write Chris a very angry letter. So, dreams and their interpretation is how we start. Although much prejudice exists as to the origination of dreams and the various interpretations given them, the fact is incontrovertible that they have, in all ages and among all nations, borne a conspicuous part in shaping destinies. Both sacred and profane history is replete with dreams which have had more or less influence upon the lives of dreamers. Innumerable are the instances in which they have prefigured in dreams occurrences that have actually taken place, and many dangers have been averted by heeding warnings given during sleep. We all know that when sleeping, you avert future dangers in your life. That everybody has seen that. Obviously, that is a fact, as per this book. Of course, it would be unwise to place full credence in the prognostications. Great word. How often do you use the word prognosticate?
I didn't know it was a word.
Oh, you didn't know it was a word?
No.
Oh, I love prognostications. We're going to get lots of things. I always love these old books where you're just like, oh yeah, that's a word.
It sounds like procrastination.
It is like procrastination, but prognostication.
Right.
Almost the same word.
Almost,
but
it's a very different meaning.
Yeah, you just change a couple of letters, and then all of a sudden, a log is a lock. It's completely different meanings.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how it works, Frank.
I know. Reading is hard. You got to know, all the words.
And in the 1800s, it's hard.
It's very hard. They keep switching the words up, too. I don't like it. It should be same words all the time. Stop changing them.
It's not my fault.
I'm blaming you.
I'm a writer. It's not my fault.
Chris, get on. Talk to the writers and tell them to stop changing things.
Okay.
Stop making up words.
I'll bring that up to the Writers Guild.
Good. There's too many already. Tell him Frank had enough. He's learned lots of words. I'm ignoring the rest of this intro. Let's get straight into the things that we might dream of and their meanings. This is, of course, in alphabetical order, because why not put it in alphabetical order? We're going to jump around like we usually do because of timing, interest, and ADHD. The first one is acquaintance. An acquaintance. To dream that you fight with them signifies distraction.
Well, this means that if you're dreaming of an acquaintance.
Of an acquaintance,
right?
Yes.
Right.
If you're dreaming of an acquaintance and what they do in the dream. So there's a little bit of its topic and then kind of other aspects surrounding that topic. So sometimes they put some modifiers. I remember I haven't read the whole thing, I've read bits. But I've definitely seen okay, if you are this with this and this is happening, this is what it means. So sometimes they modify it. So this is to dream that you fight with an acquaintance signifies distraction, especially if the person so dreaming be sick. So if they be sick and you dream of them...
Oh, they be sick, Frank.
They be
That's some 1800s
They do be
right
sick.
There.
You gotta. It's actually that works in the 90s too. How sick were they? And it's they just pulled off some sweet skateboarding tricks. So they be sick.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, they be. That's a very different meaning, though.
Yeah.
Adversary. That's all that was on acquaintance. Adversary. To dream that you receive obstruction from him shows that you will dispatch your business speedily. I don't know if that means business with him.
Yeah, that's kind of...
That's kind of like, okay, maybe you're a businessman and that you're going to do that business very speedily if you dream of your maybe it means it in business specifically. Who knows? Adultery, more fun topic.
Ooh.
Yes, ooh. That might be in the dream. Ooh. That's how I do adultery, at least. Oh, Chris. For a person to dream that they have committed it shows they will meet great contentions and disputes. That would make sense. If I'm dreaming of adultery, odds are I might be doing some things that would cause disputes.
You're aware of
even
that,
if it's just theoretical adultery or dream-like adultery. I know people get in trouble for adultering in dreams. Random one, almonds. All of us, I'm sure, have dreamt of almonds. Yes, the first food is almonds, which is a common dream topic, as we all know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes, have you dreamt of almonds before?
All the time.
All the time? Well, let's see what that means. Do you see or do you eat almonds in the dreams?
Eat.
You eat. Good thing it doesn't matter, because both signify difficulties and trouble.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad
that makes
dreaming
sense.
of that.
Yeah, that's great for you. I'm going to stay a little bit further away because you're going to have a lot of troubles. Let's switch alms. Let's do apes when we're on random things. So to dream that you have seen or had anything to do with them signifies malicious, weak, strange, and secret enemies. So if you dream of an ape, that means you have some malicious secret enemies in your future.
I guess so. I guess that's what they thought in the 1800s, that apes signify.
Yes. Also, a malefactor and deceiver is apes. Makes sense.
Huh.
Complete sense. Let's see. Absence. This is one weird thing with this book. Every once in a while, it'll just jump into rhymes for one or two of them. And this is the first rhyme we have in this book. It is absence. To dream of any absent friends, good news of them or ill portends. But if at thy beside they seem, their deaths perhaps may solve thy dream. Now, for me, when I say something in rhymes, I don't listen to what I'm saying at all, so I have no idea what I just said. But it rhymed, so it must be true.
It must be true.
It must be true. That's what Phoebe says, right? On Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you have a fox and you live in a box. Going to the next rhyme, because I'm going to skip abuse, because that's too triggering. Acorns. To dream of acorns, do not slight. It promises both strength and might. So I guess strong like an oak tree, if you're an acorn. Or maybe just the acorn itself is strong. Because it's a hard nut to crack.
Ah, there we go.
If it counts as a nut, I'm not sure. Botanists argue. Apples. We're going to go for food, because people like food. To dream of apples betokens. I've never used the word betoken.
Yeah, neither have I.
We're going to put it in the next book. And by we, I mean you, because I don't write. Long life and success. A boy to a woman with child. So if you're a woman with child and you dream of apples, you're having a boy. And faithfulness in your sweetheart and riches by trade.
What if you dream of bananas?
We'll get to that.
I don't know. We're on A's.
I know we're on A's. I want to see. I want to jump to see if we have bananas. No, it starts with bear.
I always dream of bananas.
It completely skips bananas. If you do, I don't know. People in the comments, let us know what you think if you dream of bananas. Oh, there's asses, but I think that's a different one than I am thinking of.
Yeah, probably.
We did apples. Apricots, since we're on fruits. To dream of apricots denotes health and prosperity, a speedy marriage, dutiful children, and success in love. So apricots, apples, great things to dream of, if you can add both of them together. I mentioned asses, so we have to say asses. To dream you see jackasses, which is the appropriate and only use of that term, that we would be okay with. To dream you are riding on an ass is the forerunner of some foolish quarrel. To dream that you are driving an ass denotes that you will fall into some trouble, of which you will get the better. To dream an ass runs after you denotes that some slander will be raised against you by fall loaded? By some foolish persons. I jumped a line. That makes way more sense.
Okay.
By foolish persons who will be themselves the victims of the scandal raised against you. So it's going to turn on them. That's enough about asses. Asses even goes on longer, but we don't need that much about asses. We've talked enough, and I don't want to get demonetized. Attorneys, a contentious one. To dream that you are speaking with them shows hindrance of business and that a man will have little success in his affairs. So, attorneys, not a good thing to dream about. Let's see. An assassin. Obviously, good things are going to be happening if you dream of an assassin.
I hope so.
Yeah, only good things can come of that. To dream of an assassin is a warning not to be neglected. Shun all pretending friends, lend no money, be ever on your guard, and you may escape destruction which is planned for your ruin. So it is definite, if there is an assassin in your dreams, ruin is planned. You will be of ruin. A bear, since we're going on.
Oh, now we're on bees now.
We've skipped banana though. There's no BAs. They go straight to BEA.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. We've lost bananas. We've lost. I can't think of other things with BA. Band-aids, bandages.
They didn't have those back then. No.
They did not. I don't know if they. We can. No, maybe in 1885 they might not have. They have bandages,
They probably
but
didn't
not
have
Band-Aid
Band-Aid.
brand.
Yeah.
Someone look up when Band-Aid brand was first registered as a trademark.
Yeah.
A bear. They did have bears in the 1800s.
Yes, they definitely did.
A bear in a dream, and this one rhymes, so, to dream a bear thy step pursues, a cruel foe some mischief brews. I do feel like this is very witchy. Oh, this does feel like how they'd be like with a crystal ball and how they tell you.
Sure.
Like, if you make it rhyme, it's got to be more true. So I would say, if you're paying good money for a witch to tell your fortune based on your dreams, they better rhyme it. If they're not, you're not getting your money's worth. Let's do... Bleeding sounds a little rough. How about we go to being blind? To dream of being blind is a sure sign that you repose your confidence in some person who is your bitter enemy. It denotes that also your sweetheart is unfaithful and prefers another. That's bad. In business, it denotes that you will lose money and that your servants lack fidelity. I hate when my servants lack fidelity in business. But yeah, blindness, not good. Don't want to dream of being blind. Bulls. To dream you are pursued by a bull denotes that many injurious reports will be spread on your character. If you dream the bull gores you or tosses you, then expect shortly to lose your liberty. Oh my God, you're going to be in jail, apparently. It denotes that some person in power will do you an injury. Oh, this one's going to be fun. Burning. If you dream of burning.
Well, this is a witch.
This is a witch, so witches probably are against the burning, as far as I have heard.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so. Do your witches not like burning?
Oh, my witches from my stories?
Yes. Are they pro or anti? You don't know?
I think they're pro burning.
Probably pro because they got the dragon.
But not themselves burning.
I don't think many people are pro themselves burning. If you do, you got all sorts of other problems going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Be like, I don't know, if I get burned today, I'm either or.
But some witches are evil, at least. Maybe not all of them. But
some witches, yes.
So they may have
We
spells.
should burn those witches, is what you're saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, he's on the record. He would burn witches. So
If
witches
they're
out
evil,
there.
only the evil ones. Hey,
See how quickly,
there are real witches
there's
out there.
Yeah, there are. There's like Glenda the Good Witch. I can't name any others, but I'm sure there's several other good witches out there in TV land.
Yeah.
But burning, not specifically witches, but burning in general, to dream of burning doth imply a sudden danger ripe and nigh. Of all escapes you then beware, for though fate threatens, it may spare. So maybe burning is dangerous, but maybe not. You might get away with something if you're tricky about it. Bats. Let's see what Batman has to think of dreaming about bats. To dream of bats is very inauspicious. That's it.
That's it.
That is all. I thought there would be more, but it is inauspicious. I don't know what that means,
Yeah,
but
I don't
it
know
is
exactly what they mean by that.
But it's very inauspicious. So take inauspicious and double it if you're dreaming of bats. You are so inauspicious.
Good to know.
Incredibly inauspicious if you're dreaming of bats. Beheading. Beheading. This is a good one. To dream you see anyone beheaded is a good omen, and I'm not lying. It says that's a good omen. You want someone to be beheaded. If you are in love, you will marry the object of your affections. This makes sense. If you are in prison, you will speedily gain your liberty. All you have to do is dream about being beheaded. Now see, if Louis XVI only dreamt about being beheaded, he would have done way better because he would have been set free.
Yeah, wow.
It would have
Too
been
bad
fine.
he didn't
But he
know.
didn't have that dream.
Yeah.
He dreamt of not being beheaded, which didn't turn out well. Bees. To dream they sting you denotes loss of character, and if you are in love, of your sweetheart. To dream you see them at work is a very lucky dream. It forebodes great success by your own industry. To dream you see them making their honey under your own roof is the best omen in the world.
Wow.
That's powerful speaking. So bees, Most powerful omen in the world if they are making what? Honey under your own roof. So bring that beehive in and then dream about it. For the rich to dream of bees is rather unlucky, so no longer a good omen, but to the poor they will denote comfort, affluence, and success.
Oh, that's nice.
Bacon.
Ah.
Even nicer than bees is bacon. No, wait, we were at BA. How did we go up to BA? We were at BE. This was alphabetical. Now it's not alphabetical anymore because we're going up to bacon.
Bad editing.
I know. Who was paying attention to this? Like, to be fair, who knows how many letters there were back then?
Yeah.
And what order they were in? They still don't know. To dream of bacon denotes the death of some friend or relation,
Whoa.
and that enemies will endeavor to do you mischief. That's horrible. Oh, God. Sorry, foodies. I hope you don't dream of bacon because it's going to end up very poorly for you. In love, it denotes disappointment and discontent. But I love bacon.
I love to eat bacon.
I know, me too. Maybe it's because you wake up without bacon and then you realize your love has lost you.
Maybe.
Because bacon is not there. And
Maybe.
bacon is my one true love.
Science.
Science. This is all science. And from bacon, we'll go to beans, because those are often paired. To dream you are eating beans, always, very hard, always, signifies trouble and dissension. So if you dream of bacon and beans, a proper English breakfast, stuff is going down.
Yeah.
I had to watch myself because it was almost much worse. Luckily, I did not dream of beans or bacon, so I did not cuss on camera. Beets. Beets can't be anything good. Can anything good come from dreaming of beets? To dream of eating beets signifies freedom from trouble and expedition on business because they make the body soluble.
Oh.
Very good. So beets are good. Beans and bacon are bad. Beans are good. Burial. To dream a burial passes by. News of the living doth imply. Okay, so if you dream of a funeral procession, people will be living? No, maybe that means the opposite? Does that mean that people are going to be dead or people are going to be alive? I don't know. I need someone to interpret that, because I don't know if that means that the living are going to still be living or if the living is going to be dead. Maybe it can be either way. So maybe if you dream of passing a burial, someone will die or not die, which is, to be fair, of everything you dream of. What does that mean? Well, either someone's going to die or they're not. They're not. It could be either of those two things. I'd be a great fortune teller.
Or a witch.
Oh, yeah, or both. A fortune-telling witch.
Yeah,
it's like, I dreamed of a yellow dress. It's like, oh, a yellow dress. That means you're going to college or not going to go to college. One of the two. And it's like, oh, man.
It's definitely one of those two.
Yeah, it's one of those two. Either one or the other. Bells. To dream one hears ringing of bells. If of a sanguine complexion, brings them good news. But to others who are not of sanguine complexion, which I'm not sure does that mean, I guess, just red? Sanguine?
I wanted to say...
Like, I hope not literally bloody, because that's a problem.
I could be totally wrong. For some reason, pale jumped in my head.
I would think pale too with it. Like, they're either pale because they are without exsanguinated, but who knows? But if anyone has a sanguine complexion, leave us a picture. I'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
But to others, it shows alarms, murmurings, disturbances, and commotions. Birding, which is a verb. Birding.
Apparently it is.
It is a bird. Yeah, clearly that's how I use that term. Birding.
I was birding the other day.
Yeah, I bird all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I was birding 2 fortnights ago. To dream you catch birds signifies profit and pleasure. So good, maybe we'll start dreaming of birding. A bird's nest, which is completely different from birding. To dream you find one is a good sign. To dream you find one without eggs or birds shows you will meet with great disappointments. So it's either good or horrible, depending on eggs. You better hope that there's eggs. Birth. To dream of one's birth is good for him that is poor, but to him that is rich, this dream signifies that others shall rule over him against his will. Very intense.
That is intense.
Brewing and baking, which are together, of course. To dream of brewing and baking is the sign of an ill housewife? An ill housewife. I was not expecting that. Who lies dreaming in bed when she should be at work and doing her business.
Wow.
Oh, that was a curveball. Yeah. I was not expecting that one. I was going to be like, that means you're going to work really hard. It's like, no, you are an ill woman who should be working instead.
That had a lot of plot twists to it.
There's so many. These are going. They're either one way or another. It's either like speaking of one way or another, I've read ahead 2 seconds. Buried alive. This clearly means something good. For a man to dream he is buried alive signifies he shall have much wealth. So these are all either you think it's going to be one way and it's going to be exactly that way, or the exact opposite. For burned, let's see if this does the same thing. For a man to dream he is burned signifies, and this is in parentheses, according to the interpretations of the Persians and Egyptians, because they've done research, that he shall be rich, honored, and respected. But if he imagines that he was burned by a fire that did not quite consume him, he will inevitably perish in the end. So if you're on fire, you need to be completely on fire, so commit to being burned.
Okay.
Wasn't there another burning one we had?
Yeah, but I think we were talking about
being in flames,
witches or something.
burial beats. No, we definitely had a. Where was it?
Did they list it twice?
Blowing the fire? No, I don't know.
There was something like that.
Yeah, we definitely talked about being on fire before. Beheading, that.
Maybe it was
burning. We talked about burning,
Oh.
and then that's burning again. Burned. Completely different.
Yeah.
Next one, cats. To dream of these domestic animals is indicative of much trouble and vexation.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Chris. Chris has been having his eye on getting a cat.
Two cats, at least.
Two cats. It's going to be trouble and vexation. That's going to be their names. Trouble and
Yeah.
vexation.
Maybe.
It denotes to the lover that your sweetheart is treacherous. If you keep servants, they are unfaithful and will rob you. To dream you kill a cat denotes that you discover a thief and prosecute him to conviction. That's very specific.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever dreamt of killing a cat, but just in case I know, it means I'm going to prosecute someone. Expect also to lose your own liberty through some pretend friend. Cats are very treacherous.
Yeah, how could that
Treacherous
be?
Cats.
One of the most docile, lovable creatures ever?
I think it's because they're cats. You don't know with cats. They go either way. They love you, they hate you.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cook. Dream you're busy with a cook, and for a wedding shortly look. So if you dream of cooks, you're getting married. A lot of these are about getting married.
Yeah.
Currants. To dream of currants prefigures happiness in life.
What do they mean by currants?
Like black currants. It's like a fruit-ish. They don't really have them here.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're illegal in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can't get currants. Currants and gooseberries you can't get here.
I was like, water currants, that's a
Yeah,
weird thing to
I
dream
don't think
about.
it's water currants. I think it's actually food currants.
Okay.
Either way, we can argue whether it's water or food. I haven't read it, so who knows? It could be either. To dream of currants prefigures happiness in life. Success in, I think from reading it, we'll still have no clue. Success in undertakings, constancy in your sweetheart, handsome children to the married, riches to the farmer and tradesman. So yeah, I have no idea which one it could be.
Yeah, it could be any type
It could
of current.
be either one, especially with how
probably-
things are, with meaning having nothing to do with the actual thing.
I mean, it's probably not an electric current,
No.
dating back to that long
Yeah,
ago.
they don't not. Well, did they have? No, they probably knew the very, very beginnings, early stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think they don't. It was before. It was after Franklin, so we knew about lightning.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
a bit before. I think Edison was probably alive or just barely alive. I don't know. I don't know history. This is not a history channel. Do not come to us for history. You will get none of it and probably get stupider, even though we're trying to be semi-educational. Cage. To dream of letting birds out of a cage denotes a speedy marriage. To a person in business, it denotes success, and to a farmer, it denotes good crops. Okay.
No, what do you know?
Cakes. It can't be bad. If cakes is
I
bad, I'm
swear
gonna be
if
so
it's bad,
upset. Yeah.
yeah.
You think it's gonna be bad? To dream.
I have a feeling yes.
You have a feeling? To dream you are eating cakes denotes happiness and prosperity. See, you're
Got that one wrong.
Cakes are always happiness.
I thought it was going to be a celebration of gluttony or something.
Yeah. Everybody knows the old saying, Chris. Your mom didn't tell you this all the time when you're going to sleep. My mom always told me that dream that cakes you knead and make. You thrive and many profits take.
I just get fatter when
You just get fatter when you
cakes.
That's nowadays. Is your dream of cakes you need to get on
yeah.
diabetes medicine is generally what that is going to foretell nowadays. Cheese. This one is another one that rhymes, which are the best. I'm not skipping the rhyming ones. To dream of cheese is not in vain. In trade you will profit gain. So if you dream of a cheesecake, you're going to get rich. A lot of money. That's double prosperity if you dream of cheesecakes.
Now we know why we have cheesecakes today.
Yeah, because that's just always good. Chess. If anyone dreams that he plays at chess with an acquaintance, it is a sign that he will fall out with somebody he knows. And if he imagines in his dream he wins, he shall overcome his enemies. And on the contrary, if he dream that he loses, he will be overcome and worsted in the combat.
I thought it just meant you're inauspicious. Yeah.
Very inauspicious. No,
Oh, right, very inauspicious.
very inauspicious. Oh, nope, it means I'm going to get worsted. I hate when I'm worsted. Caterpillars. To dream you see caterpillars signifies ill luck and misfortune by secret enemies. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Carrots. To dream of carrots signifies profit and strength to them which are at law for inheritance, for we pluck them out of the ground with our hands, branches, strings, and veins.
Before we do pluck them, Frank.
Before we do
Before
pluck.
we do.
Before we do pluck them. At least that's how I get my carrots. I don't go to a supermarket. I forepluck them, veins and all. Comfort. To dream you have comforts of any one, and I betokens to the rich and happy, injury and mishap, but to the poor and afflicted, aid and comfort. So once again, if you're rich, don't dream of good things. Generally, rich people dreaming of good things, bad things happen.
I think they were just jealous of rich people.
I know, they just want to be like, well, rich people, sorry, everything's going to be terrible for you. Or, oh, it could have been a way of tricking rich people. Rich people always get bad fortunes, and then you got to keep coming to pay the fortune teller. Versus poor people, so you don't have much money. So sure, good things are going to happen. Tell other people good things, and then they'll tell the rich people to come over, and then the rich people are going to go, oh no, rich person, you better come get more fortunes.
Yeah, that makes
Spend
sense.
that money or you'll be poor, and then they end up poor anyway, and you go, look, my fortunes were right. You ended up poor. Don't look at the nice new rug I bought because of all your fortunes. Crocodile. I'm skipping corns because that doesn't mean the food corns. If it was the food corns, I'd read it, but it's
yeah.
not. Crocodile. To dream of a crocodile signifies pirates or robbers at sea,
Oh, of course.
obviously, or wicked periods in any sort like the crocodile. The crow. To dream you see a crow signifies expedition of business. If you dream the crow flies on the head of a child, it will be in great danger of some misfortune.
I was wondering about that specific instance.
Crow children. It happens all the time. Cherries. To dream of cherries is a disappointment in life, vexation in the married state, and slight in love. Cucumbers. Didn't we talk about dreaming of cucumbers? To dream of cucumbers denotes recovery to the sick, and that you will speedily fall in love, or that you are in love, you will marry the object of your affection. It also denotes moderate success in trade. To the sailor, it foretells a pleasant voyage and a sweetheart in a distant climate. This one actually makes sense. A coffin. A coffin, to dream of one, denotes the death of a friend or some near relation.
Oh, finally.
That is the first one that actually
Yeah.
fits. Like, it's not like beheading, where it's like, oh, beheading, good stuff. Coffin, it's like, oh, man, sorry, I hate to break it to you. The coffin's a bad one. Disease. To dream you have any disease promises prompt and speedy employment.
Whoa, as a
Okay.
doctor?
As a doctor, absolutely. For me, that's absolutely true. If I'm dreaming of diseases, that means I'm getting money.
Yeah.
Other people, not so much. But apparently, they might get you might be sick, but also you're going to get a sweet job at that flu factory. Dragon, also appropriate.
Yes, that's right.
To dream you see a dragon signifies riches and gain of great treasure. Not bad.
No.
Deer. To dream you see deer in a park denotes war and famine. To the lover, it foretells some unpleasant dispute with his sweetheart. Wow, deer are bad. Do not dream of deer. Dice. To dream you are playing at dice or backgammon denotes much good to the dreamer. In either that you shall be... Wait, what? Wait. I skipped to dirt, and I got very confused. Denotes much good to the dreamer. In either that you either love, marriage, or trade. I keep jumping to dirt, which is the exact opposite of dice, and so I have to say dirt now. To dream of dirt signifies sickness and dishonor. To dream you fall in the dirt signifies that you shall be treacherously dealt with.
Ooh.
Not good. Dirt is bad.
Yeah, no.
We did cats, so we had to do dogs.
Yes,
To
definitely.
dream of these faithful and domestic animals has...
Oh, so they like dogs.
They do like... So far. So far, we don't know. Has a very different significations according to the manner in which you see them. Ooh.
Okay.
You need a lot of information. If they fawn and fondle upon you, then it is a very lucky omen. If you are in love, your sweetheart will marry you and be happy. If they are barking and snarling at you, then depend that enemies are secretly endeavoring to destroy your reputation and happiness. If you are in love, be careful of your sweetheart. So barking dogs are bad. You want fondling, fawning dogs. Drowning. This has to be good. To dream you are drowning, or that you see another drowned or drowning, portends good to the dreamer. To the lover, it denotes that your sweetheart is good-tempered and inclined to marry you. I've got this horrible dream that I'm drowning. Well, that's because we love each other so much. Dead. Of course, to dream of talking with dead folks is a good, auspicious dream, and signifies a boldness of courage and a very clear conscience. Of course, if I'm dreaming of dead people, my conscience is clearly not guilty about anything, because I didn't kill them. To dream a man is dead, that is alive and in health, signifies great trouble and being overthrown at law. That makes sense. And then we've got death, different than dead. To dream of death denotes that you will either be speedily married yourself or assist at a wedding. To dream that I'm flabbergasted that that's related.
I wonder what the percentage of ones that are about love and being married and stuff.
They signify death.
A lot of these things.
Yeah. If you get a wedding, means you will die.
Or you're drowning or something.
You're drowning yourself. But if you're dreaming of drowning, you're going to get married to someone who really loves you. It's just common sense.
I know, yeah.
Complete common sense.
I don't even need this book to know that.
No, this is kind of useless. But for those of you who don't have common sense, that's what this book is for. To dream you see another person dead denotes unkind usage from your friends. Drunkenness. To dream you are drunk is one of those dreams by which the dreamer is forewarned of that of which at present he knows nothing. It denotes that some person whom yet you do not know will become a very good friend and promote your welfare. To a woman, it denotes that she will be beloved by an excellent man whom yet she has not has not seen, and to a man it denotes that he is tenderly beloved by a woman whom he does not at present think of, who will make him extremely happy and bring him money. I've never had a woman bring me money. It's usually quite the opposite. Usually women come, and that's good, but then usually the money just goes. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how that ties to being drunk.
I think it's...
Or dreaming of being drunk.
But not actually being drunk. Being drunk
That's
also
true,
loses money and women, but just dreaming of being drunk brings both. The devil. Or just devil, not the devil. To dream of this enemy to the human race denotes that many dangers will threaten you. That makes sense. All of which you will overcome. If you are in love, it forebodes that someone is endeavoring to alienate the affection of your sweetheart, but will be unsuccessful. That's good. Dolphin. To dream of a dolphin shows to seafaring men a wind from the place whence you dream he cometh. That's confusing. But to dream you see the dolphin out of water signifies the death of friends. Multiple. More than one friend will die.
Wow.
Guaranteed. That's like the Ring. If you see dolphin out of water, all of your friends will die in 7 days. Let's do... Those are long. Elderberries. To dream of elderberries augurs content and riches. To a maiden they bespeak a speedy marriage. To a married woman, that she will shortly be with child. To the tradesman, success in business. To the farmer, good crops. All good things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, elderberries are great. Elephants. To dream of an elephant is a very fortunate dream. It denotes acquirement of riches. If you are in love, it denotes a speedy marriage with your sweetheart. That's very common. And many children, chiefly boys. Sorry, I've got hiccups. Who will distinguish themselves by their learning. So elephants are good. Execution. This is going to be good or bad, Chris. Put your bets now. Is
good.
execution going to be a good thing or a bad thing?
It has to be good.
Has to be good. I'm putting money on good. To dream of the execution of offenders shows that you will be suddenly sought after for relief by some that are in great want and extremity. So Jehovah's Witnesses. Or no, beggars. Someone's going to ask you for things if you dream of an execution. So that's neutral. Neutral, maybe bad. Slightly bad. Not that bad. Could be worse. Evil spirits.
No.
To dream evil spirits obstruct your doing good under a show of devotion denotes obstruction in your affairs by a hypocrite. And if you dream that you see hideous, I've got no idea what that word is, physiognomies, P-H-Y-S-I-O-G-N, which is always great letters to put next to each other, N-O-M-I-E-S, something vulgar will be revealed to you. I think the vulgar thing is that word that was revealed to me.
Yeah.
That was very vulgar.
I agree.
Eating. To dream you're eating means you're going to lose a pillow.
What?
No. Oh, I got you on that one. No. They did not have that trope back
believed
then.
you.
You believe me? You're like, that is really specific.
Yeah.
To dream that you're eating is a very unfavorable omen, unless it's cheesecake. It portends disunion in your family, losses in trade, and disappointment in love, storms and shipwrecks by sea. That's horrifying. I would think there's lots of hungry sailors who are probably dreaming of food, and it's like, dude, we're gonna crash tomorrow. Why'd you have to tell me that?
I actually dream of food a lot. I
Yeah?
dream that I'm eating out.
Have you ever been in a shipwreck?
No,
Okay, at least you're not a sailor, though.
no.
Okay, well that makes sense. That just proves it, though. Eels. Have you dreamt of eels?
Nope.
Neither have I. To dream of eels signifies to beware of slippery pursuits and uncertain speculations. If the eels escape you, you will be jilted in love. If you hold them, honor and happiness will be in store for you. Elf. I can't not say what an elf is. To dream of an elf signifies a happy return of one long absent. Presents of value may be expected after this dream, which also signifies marriage with wealth, position, and happiness. So elves are good.
Yeah.
Feet. For you weirdos out there. To dream you are near a river... Wait, what? To dream you are near a river or fountain and that you wash your feet. Okay, that's very specific. That's a very specific feet one. Signifies molestation and trouble?
Whoa.
Oh my god. I don't think that means the molestation we mean, but still, someone's going to bother you. To dream one is scratching the soles of your feet signifies lost by flattery. That's specific.
Yeah. And some of these are.
Fish ponds. To dream of fish ponds denotes thriving. That's it.
Okay. That's fine with me.
A flute. To dream you play or hear playing on a flute signifies trouble and contention. That's weird. Forest means trouble. I'm not going to read the whole thing because that's the same. To dream of figs is the forerunner of prosperity and happiness. To the lover, they denote the accomplishment of your wishes. To the tradesman, increase of trade. They also are indicative of legacy. Fire. We have to do all the fire ones because why not? We have burning, we have being burned on fire completely, and then fire in general. Lots of fire ones. To dream of this subtle element. I wouldn't call fire subtle. I would say of the elements, it's probably like earth is subtle. Fire is
I could see that.
yeah, is not subtle at all. But then again, denotes health and happiness to the lover, marriage to the object of his affections, and many children. It also denotes that you will be very angry with someone on a trifling occasion. To dream you see burning lights descending as if it were from heaven is a very bad sign indeed. It portends some dreadful accident to the dreamer, such as being hanged, losing your head, having your brains dashed out, breaking your legs. Why does it lists it all specifically?
Yeah.
Very, very specifically. Breaking your legs, getting into prison, or other strange accidents. That is a very specific dream.
Yes.
Don't have that dream. To the lover, it also denotes the loss of the affections of your sweetheart. To the tradesman, bad success in business. To dream that you are burnt by fire denotes great danger and that enemies will injure you. To the sailor, storms and shipwreck. That's crazy. Let's see. Fox. To dream of this crafty animal is the forerunner of much difficulty. If you are in love, your sweetheart will turn out of a sour, disagreeable, ill-natured disposition. If you are in trade, sharpers will endeavor to defraud you and overreach you in bargains. Friend. This is going to take a twist because I read 2 steps ahead. To dream you see a friend dead betokens hasty news of a joyful nature. So that's always nice. So if your friend is dead in your dream, something good's going to happen. If you are in love, it foretells a speedy marriage with the object of your affections.
Of course, another marriage one.
That's what we care about. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people are going to witches to learn about when they're going to get married. That's usually when I go to a witch. I'm like, when am I going to get married, witch? She goes, well, did you dream of frogs? Well, to dream of frogs is a very favorable omen, she would say. Great transition, Frank. To the farmer, it foretells good crops and an increase in his livestock. To the tradesman, it denotes success in business. To the lover, a faithful sweetheart. To the married, an increase in children who will be very happy. To the sailor, pleasant and prosperous voyages with a wife in a distant country. So if I'm a sailor dreaming about frogs, watch out, Spain. I'm coming to find a wife.
Well, what's the climate like in that country? Because they keep saying something about foreign climate.
I don't know.
I just noticed that on other ones.
Good climate, bad climate, froggy climate.
They didn't describe it, so.
Did they? Yeah. Who knows? But at least I'll find a wife there. Hopefully she doesn't like the climate and she'll want to come sail back with me as long as we dream of dolphins that are not dead.
Yep.
Funeral. To dream of a burial denotes speedy marriage. Always marriage.
I know.
And that you will hear of the death or imprisonment of some near relation or esteemed friend. Those are two very different things. It also foretells the acquisition of wealth and that an estate will fall to you from a distant relation by your mother's side. Very specific. My mother's side. Someone will die and I will get their money. If you see any particular person attending a funeral, either that person or some friend of his will die and leave you something. If there is a hearse with feathers on it, you will marry some rich person yourself or assist at some relation's wedding who will marry well and be a friend to you. Craziness. Let's see. Fairs. To dream of going to fairs threatens the person so dreaming with having his pockets picked or robbed in some other way. Don't dream about fairs. The gallows. To dream of the gallows is a most fortunate omen. It shows that this is the theme, is like, the worse it is, the better it's probably going to be for you. It shows that the dreamer will become rich and arrive at great honors. To the lover, it shows consummation of his most sanguine wishes. I want to start using that as a euphemism. And that by marriage he will become rich and happy, have many children, particularly a son, who will become a great man and be the founder of his family's honor. Geese. Can't be anything good from geese. I can't, nothing against geese personally, but I can't imagine geese being a good omen. Never mind. To dream of geese is a forerunner of good. Expect to see a long-absent friend. They denote success and riches to the dreamer in the furtherance of his pursuits. In love, they augur speedy marriage and fidelity in your sweetheart. Very nice. Gold. Gold is good. I'm hoping gold is going to be good. It seems like it would make sense. To dream of gold is a very bad omen. Obviously. It denotes success in your present undertakings after experiencing some little difficulties. If you receive golden bars, you will inherit an estate in a far distant country and have some trouble in getting possession of it. If you receive eagles or any other gold coin, your affairs will prosper, your sweetheart will be true and marry you. You will have many children and be very happy. So that sounds horrible. If you pay gold, it betokens an increase of friends and business. If you let gold fall, it denotes an attack from thieves. If you are in trade, some swindler will attempt to defraud you. If you pick up gold, it denotes that some quarrel will be settled to your advantage. If you are in prison, it shows you will speedily be released. It also denotes the death of a husband or wife if you are married. Oh my God. If single, of your sweetheart. Your sweetheart will die if you dream of gold.
Whoa.
That's intense. That's very intense.
They really looked into that one a lot.
A lot. There's been research for years on dreaming of gold specifically.
Yeah.
Gooseberries, which is what I care about when I dream of gooseberries. To dream of gooseberries indicates many children, chiefly sons, and an accomplishment of your present pursuits. To the sailor, they declare dangers in his next voyage. To the maiden, a proving husband, and to the man, a rakish wife.
Ooh,
I don't know what
rakish.
that necessarily
It
means.
means she looks like a rake.
Exactly. She's quite literally rake-like. She is grating and is good at picking up leaves. Grapes. To dream of grapes foretells to the maiden that her husband will be a cheerful companion and a great songster.
Oh.
That sounds like an app. Like, where'd you find this ditty? I found it on Songster.
It does.
You just
you're right.
download Songster and it's on there. They denote much happiness in marriage and success in trade. If you are in love, they augur a speedy union between you and your sweetheart. Grave. To dream you see a grave foretells sickness and disappointment. If you are in love, you will surely never marry your present sweetheart. That one is actually sad. If you go into the grave, it shows you will experience a loss of property and that false friends will defame you. If you come out of the grave, it denotes success in your undertakings, that you will rise in the world, become rich, and if you are in love, that you will speedily marry your sweetheart. If you take another out of the grave, there will be means of saving the life of a person who will be a very great friend of you and receive some unexpected legacy. So grave is all over the place, depending on what's going on. Games. To dream one plays at ball or top signifies travail and pains, and to gain wealth by contention and injury. To leap, run, or dance signifies prosperity in affairs, but to dance without music foretells want of money. So always dance to music. Garlic. For a man to dream he eats garlic signifies he shall discover hidden secrets and meet with some domestic jars. Yet to dream he has it in the house is good.
Oh.
So if you just dream like, oh, there's garlic in my house, that's a good sign. Very good. Gin, I can't not say gin. To dream of drinking gin forebodes short life, oh no, and many changes will happen very suddenly. I don't like this. I usually drink of gin after several martinis, which will be chiefly very pleasant. That's good. But that will end with dissatisfaction. Darn.
Oh, well.
That's not good. I don't like that. Hanged, since we're doing the garish ones. To dream of seeing people hanged, or that you are going to be hanged yourself, denotes that you will rise above your present condition by marriage.
Of course.
That got me at the end, by marriage. Like, specifically by marriage only. Let's see. Let's do an infant. If an unmarried woman dreams of an infant, it prognosticates that she will go through some trouble, but for a man to dream of infants is good. So women do not dream of infants. Idiot. If anyone dreams he is turned idiot or mad and is guilty of public extravagancies, he shall be long-lived, a favorite, and gain pleasure and profit by the people. So dream that you're Homer Simpson and you'll do fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ink. If you dream of black ink, you will become involved in some disgraceful scheme. If you dream of red ink, good news awaits you. Jeopardy. If you're dreaming of Jeopardy.
And I don't think they mean the TV show.
I doubt it. It has had a long runtime, though, so it might go back to the 1800s. If you dream that you are in Jeopardy, not on Jeopardy, it will be very fortunate for you. If a person so dreaming be in business, it foretells success and great profit. Of course. Juniper berries. There we go. There's my gin. To dream of these signifies that the person so dreaming will shortly arrive at great honors and become a great person. To the married, it foretells the birth of a male child. So far, nothing has foretold the birth of a female child. It has all been male children. Sexism. Jewels. To dream of possessing jewels signifies that you are on the road to happiness. Jury. If you dream of being tried by a jury, you will lose your sweetheart and gain the affections of another on a voyage. Ooh, that one's interesting. If you dream of being acquitted by a jury, you will shortly meet with interesting and romantic adventures. Kill. To dream you kill a man signifies assuredness of business.
Oh.
That's hardcore. To dream you kill your father is a bad sign. Generally agreed upon. To dream you are killed denotes loss to him whom you dreamed has killed you. That makes sense. Kissing. For a man to dream of kissing a young maid, and that she vanishes away before he can accomplish his desire, denotes that the next day he shall see great store of good cheer. To dream you kiss a person deceased signifies long life.
Oh, okay.
Kite. To dream of your seeing a kite showeth you shall be in danger of thieves and robbers.
They're definitely tied together there.
Completely tied together. Ba-dum-bum. Let's see. Leapfrog. Logs. What could logs signify? To dream that one is cleaving a log is a sign that strangers shall come to the party dreaming. Okay. I thought party meant something very different there. If you are dreaming, people will come to you that are strangers, if you're dreaming of logs. Strange. Lips. To dream that one hath red, handsome lips is a sign that your friends enjoy their health, and to have them dry and chapped, the contrary. Let's skip. Let's try and find some good ones. Love. What?
I was actually going to say, look, there's marriage right there.
Marriage. Let's do marriage. To dream you are married is ominous of death. Oh, well picked, Chris. Well picked. And very unfavorable to the dreamer. It denotes poverty, a prison, and misfortune. They have not a cheery outlook on marriage. No. To dream you assist at a wedding is the forerunner of some pleasing news and great success. To dream of lying with your newly married husband or wife threatens danger and sudden misfortunes, and also that you will lose part of your property. To the sailor, it argues storm and shipwrecks with a narrow escape from death. Dang. Meat. To dream that you see the meat you have eaten signifies loss and damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Measles. If one dreams he hath measles, it denotes he shall gain profit and wealth. But it shall be with infamy. So there's good and bad to it.
Yeah.
Very, very clearly good and bad. Murder. To dream that you see a murder committed indicates that you will shortly have the pleasure of welcoming one whom you had not expected to see again in the world. So you're going to have a new stranger come. Okay, let's do a couple more, because I think we're getting very repetitive with many of these. But let's do some O's. Oysters. To dream you're eating oysters is a very favorable omen. End of story.
Wait, that's all it says?
That is it. That is it for oysters. It's just good.
Okay.
Not anything specific, just good. Let's see. We have oil. Dreaming that you are anointed with oil is good for women, but for men denotes shame.
Ooh.
Owl. To dream of this bird at night is a bad omen. It foretells sickness, poverty, and imprisonment. It also forewarns you some male friend is perfidious.
Perfidious.
Perfidious. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
I do not either, but that means he is that way. I'm going to find someone and be like, you are perfidious because I dreamed of owls. And they will look at me like I am a crazy person, and rightly so. Perfidious son of a gun. Let's see. Olives. To dream that you see olives denotes happiness and that you will be successful in all your present undertakings. To the lover, they foretell a speedy marriage with the object of your affections. If you are gathering them off the trees, which I often do, they announce much trouble and vexation through friends and children. To the lover, they show your sweetheart is unfaithful. Onions, it rhymes, so I'm going to do it. To dream of eating onions means much strife in thy domestic scenes, secrets found out or else betrayed, and many falsehoods made and said. We had to stretch that said
Yeah, really had
a lot.
to stretch that
Betread,
a little bit.
trade, said. Rhymes were harder back in the days, or maybe they were just way more lenient. An old woman. For a man to dream he is courting an old woman, and that she returns his love, is a very fortunate omen. It prefigures success in worldly concerns, and that will many a beautiful young woman have lovely children and be very happy.
Huh.
Oranges. Dreaming that you see and cut oranges signifies wounds, grief, and vexation, whether they be ripe or not. Why do we need to specify? It's important. Pain. To dream you are suffering great pain from toothache, headache, rheumatism, or in any part of your body denotes that you are about to receive some glad tidings from one who has been long absent from you. Or you just have, like, sciatica. That means one of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we'll do one or two more. Pies. Dreaming of making pies is joy and profit. That's it. Dreaming you see pigeons is good.
Oh.
They're getting lazy at the end of this.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just listing these. Let's see. Plant. Dreaming that you see a plant come out of your body is death. To dream of plants quick of growth, as the vine and the peach tree, I did not know the peach tree is quick of growth, denotes that the good and evil portended shall quickly happen. But trees that are slow of growing, as of the oak, olive, and etc., show that the good or evil that shall happen to us shall be long in coming. A polecat. If a man dreams he has a polecat, he shall have some ill-natured woman. Very true. It's ridiculous. Ridiculousness. How about we do one more, maybe? If you see a good one, shout it out.
Let's see here.
We got to find a good final one. Swine, talking, throat. Tamarinds, teeth, trumpets, turkey. Undertake.
Ugly.
Ugly. For a person to dream of being ugly or deformed indicates that the dreamer will be surprised by hearing from a long-absent friend a communication of a pleasing and gratifying nature. These all just make sense. I would say we've seen some common tropes here. We've seen that usually something that is good is horrible, something that is horrible is often good, and don't be rich. Those are the things that we have learned from this. If you guys want to read, we'll put a link to the full text so you can make sure, one, we're not lying, and two, read about all the other ones. We only did 30% of these, not even, maybe 10%. So there's lots more. If you dream of something, you should check this because it's completely factual, 100%. That is not guaranteed. I am not backing you up if you'd have some horrible fate because you followed this. But apparently we have just learned exactly how witches tell how your fortune is going to be from your dreams. I think that's it for this Let's Read. If you watched to the end, thank you for being a hero. Please like, please subscribe. Please watch out for the rest of Chris's book, or if you're a hero out there, buy it on Amazon. It's a great read. I have already started reading it. I'm going to beat you to the finish, and we'll see you during the next Let's Read.
All right, sounds good.
Bye-bye.